Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tea, Treat and Travel with Moo. I've got my cup of tea. It's a bit warm today, but I've got my usual cinnamon and honey and lemon tea. But I've also got a glass of lychee drink. I haven't got a treat as such because it's too hot and it'll just melt. So I didn't bother. I'll put it in the fridge for later. So, hello. My name is Mahmouda, and everyone calls me Moo. I'm the founder of Moo's Jewels on the Beach, and I help people travel more, travel better, travel for less, and connect with a positive community to enjoy life now, not someday, and to create meaningful memories with loved ones, because those are the moments that count. That's who I am. So tonight I was reflecting on how travel becomes so much richer when you learn about the history, the culture, and even the faith of the countries we visit. So it's not just about pretty photos, but the people, the stories, and the traditions, the struggles, and their values. It's such a rich environment we live in. Why wouldn't you want to share? So, as Muslims, today is a special day of reflection, forgiveness, and humanity. So Eid is tomorrow, and it's also a reminder of togetherness, gratitude, and a connection with the people we love. I'm waiting for my daughters to come home from Birmingham. It really made me think about how beautiful travel can be when it helps us understand each other in a better way too. I'd like to tell you a few stories of my personal experiences. When I was in Venice, so we're taking all these beautiful photos on the bridges, soaking up the atmosphere, and very, very beautiful. And most people think of romance and all the rest of it when they go to Venice. When I suddenly noticed a delivery happening. And honestly, I'd never thought about this before. So here in the UK, the van just pulls up outside your house, job's done. Easy peasy. But in Venice, there are no roads. These poor delivery workers were pushing and pulling heavy loads up and down the stairs, over the bridges, to get their deliveries done. It was amazing. I just stood there watching, going, "Oh my God, these guys have to be really fit." You're talking miles to go around and just deliver all their gear, whether it's from Amazon or whatever it might be. And it's just like, oh my goodness, imagine that happening here. I've never even thought about it before, to be honest, until I saw it that day. Never would have thought about it. So it really made me stop and appreciate everyday life, which is different for everyone. But that's what I love about travel. Sometimes it's not the big tourist attractions that teaches you something. It's the little everyday moments that make you understand a place and its people more deeply. They must get fed up of tourists being in their way when they're making the deliveries, to be fair. But yeah, would you have thought of that? Of how they make the deliveries? Would you have thought how difficult it is? But then you have some places that affect you emotionally in ways that you don't expect. So when I visited Pompeii, archaeological park, and saw the cast of the people and animal preserved from that tragedy. And again, when I visited Pearl Harbor National Memorial, it genuinely brought tears to my eyes. Such horrific historical moments. And it just reminds you that these weren't just historic events, they were real people, real families, real lives. And it's like moments like that make you come home with a different perspective on life. Yeah. You just have to appreciate and be grateful for what you have. And then there are places of incredible natural beauty and cultural significance, like, I'm going to struggle to say this, Uluru in Australia. It used to be known as Ayers Rock, but they don't like that being used, so it's Uluru. So even learning a little bit about the Aboriginal culture, the spiritual connection to the land, and the tradition connected to that place made the experience feel so much deeper. It's not just seeing a famous landmark, it was just a connection that you felt with the people there. So it reminded me of the fact that travel becomes far more meaningful when we take the time to understand the people, the history connected to the place, and not just take photos. Photos are good, but get yourself immersed in the whole thing. The architectures of mosques, cathedrals, synagogues, and temples around the world is a beauty that is hard to explain. Some of these holy spaces are genuinely, they will take your breath away. Beyond the religious significance itself, there is something incredibly special about seeing the craftsmanship, the history, the detail, the devotion that went into creating them. And you always get that spiritual feeling as well when you enter a place like that. And no matter what your own beliefs may be, I think showing respect and honor when visiting these sacred places is so important. So if you're going into a mosque, cover your hair. The same goes for an Orthodox Jewish synagogue. You know, it's showing that little bit of respect that goes a long way. And you'll find people come up to you and talk to you more in a friendly note if you show them the respect in the first place. Excuse me. So travel teaches us to see the world, but to understand, respect people in it too. And in this day and age where there's so much unrest going on, I think that's really, really important. So for me personally, I love learning about the history, the culture, the faith of the countries I visit. And the more I understand of a place and its people, the more meaningful that experience becomes for me. Sometimes it's the beauty, sometimes it's the history, sometimes it's the people, and sometimes it's simply a moment that stays in your heart long after you return home. And it's so many things. I mean, I can remember when we went to Australia, when we were in Sydney Harbour, and we were at the it's gone out of my head. What's the opera house? We're in the opera house, and we actually went to see a show. And my son was just gobsmacked, and that's a famous land site, you know. But I went to Uluru. Somebody has to correct me so how I say that. And we watched the sunset and the sunrise. We did it at both ends, and it was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I've been to Mecca, and when you go in, and today is the day of pilgrimage, you cannot explain it, honestly. Your breath is taken away is the only way I can say it. But there's loads of places. I've gone into churches and cathedrals that the designs are absolutely stunning. And I love meeting the people, obviously. I love trying foods. I'm not one that goes down and just eats pasta or chips. Yeah, I'll try everything. So what I'd like to know is, what place have you visited that left a lasting impression on you, and why? If you'd love to travel and you'd love to learn how to travel more, travel better, travel for less, feel free to message me and I'll happily show you more. And if anything I've said today resonates with you, why not jump on a Zoom with us with the wonderful Todd Strand tomorrow at 6:30 UK time. I've actually just got off a Zoom with him. Just type yes in the comments and I'll send you the login details. But thank you very much for being here. If you're celebrating Eid tomorrow, Eid Mubarak, and hopefully you will have a beautiful day with your family. So thank you again for being here. Life is short. Travel brings healing, and I am grateful for the journey. I will see you same time next week.